It's a new school year here at Texas Tech, and as usual, there's some big news as the fall semester gets underway. Coming up, we'll have details on a new leader for the TTU system and a look at some numbers that are changing the university's history books.
With students back on campus, the Lubbock area is gearing up for lots of fall fun between now and winter break. Find out how one local group is giving Red Raiders options for entertainment and a chance to discover some talented local artists.
And the rainy weekend caused a big schedule change for one Texas Tech athletic team, but luckily it did not put a damper on their energy as they finished out non-conference play. MCTV's Nathan Boles will be in with the details on Tech football's last home game before Big 12 play and updates from a couple other Red Raider teams in sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Elene Khajishvili.
And I'm Yemi Akinyeye. The 2025 fall semester is already in full swing, but some big changes are still underway at Texas Tech after a big announcement over the summer.
Back in July, Chancellor Ted Mitchell announced that he would be retiring from the TTU system this fall. And less than 2 months later, another announcement put the wheels in motion for the university to move into its next era of leadership. On Thursday, September 4th, the Texas Tech Board of Regents held a special called meeting to officially name Senator Brandon Creighton as the sole finalist for Chancellor. Creighton currently serves as state senator for Texas District 4, but later this month, Creighton will officially start his tenure as the 6th Chancellor in Texas Tech's history. Creighton was sworn in as senator in 2014, and since that time, he has also served as chair of the Senate Committee on Education K-16. During the 2023 legislative session, Creighton helped promote the creation of the Texas Tech University Fund, which has directly affected Texas Tech's research efforts. Senator Creighton is a graduate of the University of Texas in Austin and the Oklahoma City University School of Law. Creighton is the first Texas Tech chancellor to not have previously attended the university, worked at Tech, or represented the Lubbock area as a state senator or representative. Creighton is expected to officially start in his role as chancellor by the end of the month. Currently, Chancellor Mitchell will step down at that time, but he plans to serve in an advisory role before retiring by the end of this year.
In other university news, Texas Tech is celebrating a huge milestone this fall after another successful start to the academic year. Last Thursday, Texas Tech sent out a press release announcing that enrollment has passed the 42,000 mark for the first time in school history. As of the 12th class day, 42,272 students were currently enrolled at Texas Tech. This fall's numbers was 3% higher than in 2024, with more than 1,200 additional students attending the university. Along with the overall number, the press release also stated that more than 7,600 are starting their first ever semester in college. That's the largest amount of first-time students ever for Tech, and a 12% increase from last year. In total, more than 10,000 new and transfer students make up Tech's incoming undergraduate class. Overall, the record enrollment breaks down to nearly 34,000 undergrads and more than 8,200 graduate students who chose to attend Texas Tech. However, the university did not specify how many of those students are exclusively taking online classes versus the current in-person population.
Regardless of the number of new students here on campus, there's still plenty of Red Raiders who are looking for options to fill their free time beyond schoolwork. And here in the Hub City, there's weekly options to find a fun escape, both on and off campus. On Friday, September 4th, the first ever Good Times Fest took place at the Garden in the Depot District. The music festival lasted 3 days, with the theme of Discovery Night on Thursday, Southern Night on Friday, and Good Night on Saturday. Doors opened at 6 p.m. on Thursday and Friday and 2 p.m. on Saturday, and as many as 9 bands and performers took the stage to entertain fans with a variety of music.
It's just a great gathering of the people of Lubbock and the music scene of Lubbock. We got over 22 bands out here over this past 3 days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, this early September, and it's been a great time.
The Good Times Fest was one of Blue House Productions' largest events so far, with the group previously focusing on backyard performances and traditional bar gigs. Blue House is planning to offer more concerts featuring local talent throughout the school year. For more information on Blue House Productions and a look at some of their previous events, you can find them on Instagram at blue_house_prod. Last week's Good Times Fest enjoyed mostly dry weather here in the hub city, but many outdoor events this past Saturday had to be canceled or postponed due to rain and lightning.
The rain has left the area for now, but could we see a return of wet weather this week? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. The MCTV tower cam is showing mostly sunny skies this afternoon, even with a few clouds. It's still a big change from the overcast conditions that covered the area the last couple of days. Over the weekend, the Lubbock area received more than 1 inch of rainfall, and some areas of the western South Plains saw as much as 2 inches. Some of that rain fell during the day on Saturday, but the biggest showers impacted our area late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Right now, it looks like we should stay dry for the early part of this week, with a few scattered showers between now and Wednesday, but storm chances increase again later this week. Tonight we'll be back in the mid-60s with a few clouds, a slight breeze tomorrow. Temperatures will be back in the mid-80s with mostly sunny skies. It will be a little more breezy, but otherwise it should be a nice mild day. Looking ahead, 80-degree highs remain in the forecast throughout the week, but rain chances return on Thursday and Friday, which is a common occurrence with the start of the annual Panhandle South Plains Fair this weekend.
The recent stormy weather has not been much of a concern other than lightning, but severe weather is still a possibility for the West Texas area. Tornadoes may not be very common in the fall, but flooding and winter weather conditions are still a threat from now through the end of the semester. And if weather becomes a concern, you might want to make sure you get the message if there's any impacts on campus. Last Tuesday, the university tested Tech Alert and the building public address system across campus. Students, faculty, and staff received a mix of email, text, and phone messages, and the digital signage screens were also placed into emergency mode to inform people in campus buildings about the test. But this year, the university is also bringing one other option to the campus community, a new emergency communications app. The Tech Alert emergency channel was added to the BlackBerry ad hoc application at the beginning of August. Texas Tech users now have the option of receiving all Tech Alert messages through the app, which is available through the Apple app and Google Play stores. Users can enter the organization code TTU and begin receiving Tech Alert messages as soon as it's installed. The new app also offers a feature where members of the university community can also check in during an emergency to indicate if they are safe during or after a situation occurs on campus. To learn more about the app and how to install it on your mobile device, visit techalert.ttu.edu/FAQ and look for the BlackBerry ad hoc software section for much more info.
This weekend's stormy conditions didn't cause enough concern for a Tech Alert message, but it was enough of an issue to force football fans to seek shelter at Saturday's game at the Jones.
Luckily, the weather did not impact much else on Tech Athletics' schedule, which included a couple other Red Raider teams in action both here and on the road. MCTV's Nathan Boles joins us now in studio with scores and highlights from a busy fall weekend in sports. Nathan?
Thanks, Elene and Yemi. Tech's football game on Saturday ended a little later than expected due to the weather. Ultimately, the Red Raiders got what they wanted with a 3-0 record after non-conference play. Number 21 Texas Tech was at Jones AT&T Stadium for the third straight week, and this time it was the Oregon State Beavers in their way. Although, actually, it was really the rain that was probably in their way more than anything. Lightning delay on just the second possession of the game. All the fans had to go back or wait. All the players had to go inside. And then 2 hours and 24 minutes later, now we have some football. And the second play out of the delay, Texas Tech wasted no time. 38-yard bomb to Coy Aiken for a touchdown that puts Texas Tech up 7-0. Aiken led the team with 139 yards on the day. Later in the first quarter, play action Terrence Carter. Look at this one. Hurdles a defender, 250-pound tight end doing that, 14 yards and a first down. Later in the first quarter is Baron Morton to Caleb Douglas for a 61-yard touchdown. Texas Tech was doing this pretty much all game with the vertical offense. Texas Tech up 14-0 in the first quarter. Early second quarter, Tech driving, but Baron Morton puts a little too much air under this one. Skylar Thomas gets the INT, and that's a turnover for the Red Raiders, a chance for Oregon State to capitalize. But on the next possession, Malik Murphy dropping back, ends up going to a Red Raider. Bryce Pollock with the interception, and Texas Tech gets the ball right back. Early second quarter, Tech is caught in a 3rd and 26 Screen to Jacoby Williams, just hoping to maybe get a field goal, or maybe not. Maybe he's just going to follow his blockers all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. Williams had over 150 total yards and 2 touchdowns in this one. Later, Texas Tech up 28-0 in the third quarter. Baron Morton steps up and throws it to Terrence Carter for a 23-yard touchdown. Morton threw for 464 yards and 4 touchdowns in this one. Tech took out their starters for a lot of the fourth quarter as they got the 45-14 victory. Tech won each non-conference game by at least 4 scores and did not really get tested in any of them before Big 12 play. Joey McGuire said he's not worried about that because this team still had to overcome some adversity.
I don't know if I've been in 2 rain delays in my entire 31 years of coaching, and so we've had that. We had some bad snaps in the red zone tonight, and we had to respond to that. We throw interception in the red zone, and then we turn around and intercept the ball. So it's interesting whenever you look at I thought we had some of that tonight and played really well. We'll find out. I think they're up for it. We're going to play a great football team. I think Utah's one of the best teams in the country, and they've got possibly the best offensive line in the country, and we're playing them at their place. I hear it's absolutely incredible environment, and so we'll have to face some adversity, but I think these guys will respond.
After the win, Tech rose to number 17 in the AP poll. Number 16 Utah and number 12 Iowa State are the only other ranked Big 12 teams. But as McGuire said, Tech is going to have to play Utah Saturday on the road. Fox's Big Noon kickoff show will be at Utah for the game, and it will be the Big 12 opener for both teams. Kickoff from Rice-Eccles Stadium is 10 a.m. in Salt Lake City, 11 a.m. here, and it will all be on Fox. Less than 24 hours later, it was time for Texas Tech soccer to have a home game. Unlike Red Raider football that has been home each game, soccer had not had a home game for over 2 weeks. Sunday afternoon, Tech got to go back to the John Walker Soccer Complex. Tech lost to Utah State last year at their place. We're going to go ahead and pick this up early in the 6th minute. Great shot from Summer Diamond to Utah State, but Faith Nguyen gets up there and makes a save. Great save there, and they needed it because this game ended up being scoreless through a half. But in the 52nd minute, it's Utah State who strikes first. Summer Diamond ends up getting that one. The upper left 90 for the goal, and Utah State is up 1-0. But the Red Raiders responded early. Macy Blackburn off a corner kick to Taylor Strzelecki, and just 3 minutes later, it's a tie game once again, Texas Tech and Utah State at 1-1. Then Taylor Strzelecki actually got fouled in the box, so this sets up a penalty kick for Peyton Parsons. She puts it in. And that's all Texas Tech needed. Texas Tech finishes off non-conference play with a 1-goal, 2-1 win. Tech went 6-1 in the non-con stretch. They won their last 3 games, and the Red Raiders will go to Waco for their first Big 12 test against Baylor. First kick is Friday at 7 p.m. on ESPN+. Texas Tech volleyball had one last road tournament before they come home this weekend. The Red Raiders went to Flagstaff, Arizona for 3 matches at the Lumberjack Classic. Tech finished the tournament 2-1 over Friday and Saturday. Tech beat Southern Utah in 5 sets Friday afternoon. They got swept by Northern Arizona Friday night. Then Saturday afternoon, they beat UC San Diego in another 5-setter. Unlike football and soccer, Tech volleyball is not done with non-conference play quite yet. They'll get to finish it here in Lubbock. They'll play Albany Friday at noon, Ole Miss Friday night at 7, and Incarnate Word Saturday at noon. All 3 games will be at the United Supermarkets Arena, and all 3 games will also be on ESPN+. That's all we got for sports. Back to you, Elene and Yemi.
Thanks, Nathan. So, Yemi, did you get caught in the rain out at the Jones on Saturday?
Actually, yes, I did. I was out there with my friends, and, the rain was pouring, but, we were having a good time, jamming to the songs that they were playing through the speakers, and it was crazy, but it was really awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thank you so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you on Thursday.